This is going to be in reference to Lee County Sheriff's Office CFS 15-268513. Bonnie, do you understand as a law enforcement officer in the state of Florida, I'm empowered to take sworn testimony?
Okay. Is this being recorded?
Yes. Okay. Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear that the statement you're about to give is going to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, to the best of your recollection?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, and you are Mark's mother, correct?
Yes.
And how long had Teresa and Mark been married?
Probably 10 and a half years, I think.
And how would you describe the relationship?
Wonderful, loving, caring, interested in changing the world for a better place, teaching their girls how to love all peoples, and being kind and considerate, and they all are involved in different activities. Even the girls were selling their bracelets that they made to earn money for Our Mother's Home, which is a charity that Teresa was on the board for a while, of helping trafficked teens and teens that have been on the street or whatever, and they're pregnant and so forth. And Teresa would give them parenting classes and different things, and the girls sold the bracelets in order to earn money for a gala that they were having, and then the money would go to Our Mother's Home.
Okay.
And they made $2,500
Oh, wow.
selling these for $1. They would sell them for $5, deduct the cost of what it cost to get the bracelet,
Mm-hmm.
and give everything back. And they wanted to just always do for others.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Did they ever have any, what you would describe basically as typical marital disputes or anything?
Well, if they did, it was never publicized. They may argue, but that's...
I'm sure everybody does.
Yeah,
so.
it's always their... even if they argue, they always... whenever you see them, they're always hugging and helping each other. It's just going to be so hard without Teresa there. That was Mark's life.
Yeah.
And the girls.
How close are you with Mark? I mean, understandably, you're his mother, but is he pretty open with you?
Oh, very.
Does he come to you with any problems?
Yeah, he had something. We talk.
Has he ever expressed any kind of concern that Teresa may have been unfaithful in the relationship?
No.
Okay.
Never. They're committed to each other, committed to the girls, and having a happy, loving life. No, never. And I realize these are questions you have to ask.
Correct.
But they would be probably on the dictionary as happily married, and that would have their picture.
What day did they actually leave town?
Oh, let's see now. Friday. Because I went over, they were leaving early, and I went over that afternoon to feed the dogs. Was that June?
So they left the 26th.
26. Oh, you were looking it up on the calendar, and I'm going, it was 21st, and it was 28th, 27th, 26th.
And do you remember approximately what time they left?
I thought they left around early in the morning. It could be 6. I don't know if their plane left at 6 and they left earlier, but they left around 6.
Now where did they go?
They were going to New York. I don't know if the plane went to New York or went to Connecticut, and then they drove because it was like a family reunion thing in a lake place in New York.
Okay. And when they left town, did they leave town together at the same time?
Yeah, they all left together.
Okay.
The car was at Mark's car. They took Mark's car, and it was at the garage.
And what kind of car does Mark have?
I think his is the Toyota wagon.
Okay. And that's what they drove to the airport in?
Yeah. Yeah, Teresa's car was in the garage, and they took Mark's.
No, my days are all getting blended together. I apologize.
Okay.
What day did she come back?
She had to come back Sunday.
Okay.
That's the 28th, because she had to be at work Monday. And so Mark and the girls were just going to stay a few days longer so that they would play with the cousins and so forth.
And what day was he supposed to return?
He was going to come back on Wednesday with the girls.
So he was supposed to actually come back today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. How things change.
And did you talk to Teresa at all while they were out of town?
No.
Did you talk to Mark?
He texted me one time, we're leaving on a jet plane, that's the song. And I think I called and left him a message. And I might have talked to him on, maybe Sunday for a second. Teresa, I did email her that something funny that happened with the cat, and I thought it would make her laugh.
Oh, okay.
So she'd read that on the plane, whatever.
So they left that, they left on Sunday, no, I'm sorry. They left on the 26th, early in the morning,
Yeah.
and you went to the house that afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and you cared for the animals, what days?
Friday, 2 times Saturday, and 2 times on Sunday.
Okay. Okay. And while you were at the house, did you have to press in a code to disarm their alarm?
I pressed, yeah.
Okay.
Well, and also a code to open up the garage door.
Okay. And was their alarm set? Do you remember setting the alarm each time that you left?
Well, the first day I got there, the alarm was not set.
Okay.
And I figured that was because they were rushing out early and I was coming that afternoon. And when I left, I set the alarm. So Friday night I set it. Saturday, I forgot how I set the alarm. And I know Mark says hit stay. I had those instructions, and when I hit stay, one time it wasn't working. It didn't register. So I did the code and then hit stay. I don't know if that was Saturday afternoon or Saturday night. That's when I called Mark and said, can I just do the code and hit stay? But they were at a lake and he didn't get messages, and that's when he called me and said, just don't bother with it. So when I hit the code and stay, and then Sunday morning I got there and the code was on, so I released it. So I thought, okay, it seemed he was concerned that if he did it wrong, the dogs moving in the house will set off the alarm.
Right, with the motion sensors.
Motion detector. And then they would be called, but you couldn't hear the phone where they were at, so they wouldn't hear the message.
Okay.
And so then he wasn't sure, like, well, if you set the code and then stay, I don't know if that's really going to work. But when I went there Sunday morning, the code was on. I don't know if motion detectors were done or not. But when I left, because he said you don't have to set the code because he's concerned about the motion with the thing, so I didn't set it.
And this was Saturday?
Sunday.
Sunday?
So I really feel that it's my fault.
You cannot blame yourself.
I should have said it left in the afternoon. I didn't. The morning when I came in, it worked. That, the alarm was done, and I set the alarm. I think I set it Monday when I left. It was early in the morning. I had to go for ushering in a church. I think that's when he called and said, you don't have to, or text me about it, you don't have to worry about it because the motion detector and all that with the dogs. So I know that Sunday afternoon I did not set it. Damn it. It's easy to blame Mark. Well, you said not to set it because of the motion detector, but
Yeah.
I should have just set it.
So when you left Sunday afternoon, it was not set.
Yeah, because he said not to. Don't worry about it. I guess because it wasn't set on Friday when I went in at night, and he was concerned about the dogs with the motion detector.
Mhm. Yeah, if the dog set it off and the police get called.
They call Mark,
Yeah, they call Mark, but then they call the police as well.
and they come to the place, and there's no one there
Mhm.
because the dogs set it off.
You get a false alarm fee too.
Yeah, I know, a big
So.
fee.
So was it set on Saturday? Cause you
Yes. Because I set the alarm. How did I do that? I set the alarm on Friday. And then when I leave on Saturday morning, it's like, oh my God, how did I set the alarm on Friday? And I must have set the code and hit stay. I tried hitting. Then Saturday evening, when I did it again, I set it, Saturday it was set. Damn it, they should have just tried breaking in on Saturday. Because I remember, I hit stay didn't work just by itself. But then Saturday night, I hit stay again, and it beeped. No. Saturday, maybe I hit stay. One of the times I hit stay, and it wasn't going on, and I did the code and stay. But then another time I did, maybe, I don't know, one of the times I did just stay, and they actually lit up. Good, and it beep, 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 and alarm. Then the next day I come in, and the alarm was not on Sunday.
Okay.
So, or Saturday night. So then that didn't work. Just hitting stay by itself, even though it lit up.
Well, so you came Saturday morning, and
I set the alarm.
you set the alarm, it beeped, it appeared that it was set, and you came back Saturday evening and it was not on.
I think that was it, or I couldn't set it, and then I did one of the times I just did the code and then hit stay, because the other way, when I hit stay by itself, it didn't work. But then when I came in on Sunday, no, I must have in the day hit the code and stay in the morning. Then Saturday night, I must have hit just try stay. Oh, it's working this time. The stay lit up. Good. So then when I come in on Sunday, there was no alarm set. So, the stay didn't work by itself. One of those times. And so that must have been when I hit the alarm and stay. Because when I came back Sunday afternoon, the alarm was on, and I disconnected it and fed the dogs and the cat. So and then when I left, I should have just done what I did before because it worked. But Mark had said, don't do it because don't worry about it, motion detector and all that stuff. I don't know if you can make sense of that. Friday night it was set. It was set
You said
the
Friday.
whole time.
You said Friday night when you arrived, your first night there.
It was not set.
You was not set.
And I figured that's because they were rushing out and just forgot it.
And then you said it when you left Friday night.
Yes.
Saturday morning, it was set.
Yes.
You uncoded it.
Yes.
And
Saturday
then-
morning.
And then reset it when
And
you
then-
left.
Yes. Well, that was the thing. When I went to reset it, with just hitting stay wouldn't come on.
Okay. And then when you came back,
So I had to have the code on. So, but that was Saturday morning. And I hit the code and stay. Okay. So stay didn't come on.
and you left.
And then, so then I hit code and stay, I think. Then Saturday afternoon, I tried it again, and stay came on.
Mm-hmm. You said it beeped.
Yeah.
It appeared to be set.
Stay came on. So I left. But then Sunday morning, the alarm wasn't on. I think that's how it went. So I, hitting just stay didn't work. So then when I left Sunday morning, I put on the code and stay. I think that's how it went. Sunday afternoon, alarm was on. I took it off. And then when I left, because by then I had heard from Mark, and he said, well, don't worry about it and don't set it. He's going to feel guilty on this too, like I do. Because of the motion with the dogs, and if I was, one time it was stay and it didn't work, one time it worked, and then one time the code and stay, so. Bottom line, when I left Saturday afternoon, the alarm was not set. That's the
Or Sunday afternoon?
Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
So that makes me I said, why their house?
That's what we're trying to figure out too.
There was a trash can in the back on the side of the house, and then one was not laying down and tipped over. So I moved it next to that trash can. I didn't turn it upright because I thought it was supposed to rain.
Mm-hmm.
And if it fills up with water, it makes it harder to turn over. So, and then the recycle bin was still, or one of the trains was at the front sidewalk. But the neighbors had theirs out at the front, and it was already down. I guess it was picked up. And I didn't move that one. Maybe I should have, to look like it was moved.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of things that, spring to mind that you're going to wish to yourself, probably tell yourself, oh, I should have done that, I should have done this, maybe I shouldn't have done this. And, unfortunately, nobody can go back and change the time.
That's the whole thing, but then she's dead.
I know. But you can't, by not bringing the garbage can in, that's not what caused it.
No, it would look like someone was there.
Yeah. But, from...
See, but then some of the other houses had it still out. Okay, it's blending in
Right.
with the other cans.
Exactly. Not everybody brings their trash cans in.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm one of the lazy ones that does sometimes, but most of the time I don't. When you would arrive at the house, how active were the dogs?
I would come in the procedure. I would get the garage door open. I would get their dog food out of the refrigerator in the garage. And you can hear them. And I open the door, and they're right there, and Nana's trying to jump on me. I go down, and I take her food and put it in her bowl, which is in the kitchen, and close the sliding. There's a one of those doors that come out, panel doors like.
Oh, the pocket door?
Pocket door. Close that so she wouldn't eat Lucy's food also. And then I would take a pill and put it, half a pill, and put it in Lucy's thing, and put it in hers, so that, and they eat it in like 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone. So then I open up the pocket door, and Nana's still jumping, wanting to. That's why wouldn't she jump on the person?
Yeah. But it's not,
And wanting, so that I get them carrots from the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
I go check on Zoe to see that her food is okay, which is in the closet in the bedroom, and you shake this container.
And Zoe's the cat?
Yeah, Zoe's the cat.
Okay.
And I take there's a blender on the side, a blender holder, so I take that and fill it up with water to make sure there's enough water for all three in that thing. Then I would wash my hands. There's it wasn't a soap dish, it was a container with a pump
Mm-hmm.
bottle. So I would pump that and wash my hands, and there was a towel there just to dry them after getting the dog food and everything.
Now, where was the blender at?
It's not a blender, it was the blender,
Just the container portion
yeah,
of
the
it?
container.
Okay.
Heavy plastic one. And it was sitting on the right-hand side of the sink.
Okay.
They had, like, dishes on the right-hand side or something, and I, turned over, like, washed or whatever. But this is the blender sitting, the container, like, right here, sitting by this. So I would just take this and fill it with water, fill it up the water bowl, and put it right back here on the right side of the sink. Was it there?
I believe so.
And at one point, I would look for Zoe, so I opened up all the doors to see Zoe, thinking maybe she was locked in. And the dog door is open, so that gives them room to get out. So I touched all the doors looking for Zoe, and she wasn't there. I thought, oh, well, she's probably outside. And would come in, and when I noticed the next day, some of the food looks like it had been eaten, so I knew she was around somewhere and getting her food.
Now the pump, the soap pump.
Yeah.
Which side of the sink is that
Left.
located on? It's on the left.
It was, let me see, here's the sink.
Mm-hmm.
Blender, about here, I guess, because there's the sink handles and so forth, and turning on the water. And the pump was right here, a big square thing with the pump.
Okay.
It wasn't here up, it was more like right here. It was really easy access just to hit it.
Okay. So it wasn't all the way up against the wall,
No.
where people most of the time keep.
Well, that's a narrow thing. This is in a like a plastic holder that had, I don't know if it's plastic, acrylic, whatever. It had the soap pump in there, and they had something over here, so it was like a container that had other stuff in it.
Right.
A big square thing. And so I just would pump on the soap, and it was on
But the soap pump was away from the.
away from the wall.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how far out from the sink it was, but it was away from the wall. It's not one of those bottles you go, like a Dial antibacterial soap that you keep up against the sink.
Right.
It was in a square like this, big square,
Mm-hmm.
and the thing was in it,
Right.
and therefore, to be right against the wall, so it was out a little.
Okay. And at any point in time while you were there, did anything seem like it was out of place,
No.
or rummaged through, or anything like that?
No. But if you ever opened up Carmi's room, that was one of the rooms I checked. I opened the door, it's like, oh my God, you can't even see in the room.
Is that the one that looks like there's a big fort?
Tent and
Yeah.
sheets all over the place. I closed, if Zoe's in there, you won't be able to find her. I closed that door.
Okay.
So, no, everything was, rushing to go. There was a washcloth on the floor. I thought the dogs could have taken it down or something. The washcloth, they had a washcloth on the counter. Oh, there was a washcloth on the counter in the kitchen sink counter. So I would dry my hands on that one.
Okay.
Kind of a washcloth towel or something, not a small one.
The one that was on the floor, what did you do with that?
The one on the floor I left on the floor.
Okay.
Because that was, the dogs had taken it, and I know where they took it, and I know where to put it. And then to go into Mark and Teresa's room, they have a big cat bed in there.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of have to walk around. Have you been to the house?
Briefly.
Okay. You had to walk around there, and then the aisle, the hallway here, and over here is the closet, but the gate is up here. But then Zoe leaps over it, and then over here is her food.
Okay.
And they had some stuff strewn on the floor, but that was clothes, and Zoe might be, I don't know, cross-dresser or trying on clothes. So that's normal. That's not like ransacked, I don't think.
So nothing really out of the
Nothing
ordinary.
out of the ordinary.
Okay. And the cloth that you used to dry your hands, where was that at?
That was on the sink, think that was on the left side of the sink. It was like a wash towel. It was bigger than a little washcloth. It was like a washcloth.
And do you remember approximately what time you left Sunday afternoon?
Sunday, around 4:15, I guess. Between 4 and 4:30. No, I think I was there by 4. So probably around 4:15 or so.
4:15?
4:15 and 4:30.
And that was the last time you were there?
Yeah. Why couldn't they have gone in then? And they'd be gone.
Is there anything else that you think you can add as to their relationship or anything?
They were always into, I don't know, learning how to help people and just loving and caring and respectful of each other. And
while you were there, taking care of the dogs on any particular day, did anybody ever approach you, salesman or anything like that?
Oh, come to the door?
Come to the door or approach you in the driveway?
No, God, it would have scared me to death.
Okay. Did you see anybody?
No, I didn't see anyone out.
Nobody was walking around, or
no one walking. No one came to the door. No one rang the bell. If they did, I wouldn't open it.
Okay.
I would just say, "Who is it?" But no one came.
Okay. And when you got to the house, you would go in through the garage?
Yes.
By entering the garage code?
Yes.
Okay.
And then go into the kitchen door. I also turned on one of the lights. The light was off in the kitchen area. The light was off, so I turned on a light to give the dogs more light.
Okay.
I'm just trying to remember where all my fingerprints
And that's one thing that they might want to do, just for elimination.
Oh, they took my hand.
Did they take your handprints?
God,
They do a
yes.
DNA?
No, they didn't do that.
They did do a buckle swab?
No, it was enough. They did the thumb, the hand, the palm.
Okay.
I still have it on me. So.
I'll get with the supervisor before you leave. We may just go ahead and take a DNA swab from you, just for elimination purposes as well.
How do you do that? I didn't drink anything at the house. I just
Anything you touch.
You can tell on the DNA in the mouth.
Well, your DNA in your whole body is all the same.
Yeah.
So touch DNA is the same DNA that we get from inside your mouth.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll be all over the the doorknobs and the hand and the thing and
Yeah.
pump thing.
Is there any questions?
Oh, I did pick up a bunch of her. When I went into the bathroom on Sunday, when I went in to feed Zoe, I noticed that the bathroom had all this makeup on the floor, and I thought, wow, I can't believe she would leave makeup on the floor.
Oh.
So I go in there, and all these jars of makeup are on the floor, and I look in the closet, and there's Zoe, the cat, curled up, looking and meowing on a towel, and there's a wire basket, and when she turned upright, so she must have knocked the basket and knocked all the jars on the floor. So I picked them all up, put them in the basket. I put them on the bathroom tub, big area there. And then the next day I came, I said, I'm going to put them on the counter where she has her makeup. And so I put it there, so that was 2 times touching things. But
Okay.
I don't think the robbers were into makeup.
Is there any questions you feel that I may have forgotten to ask?
No, it would be nice if there was somebody casing the place that I saw, but I didn't see anybody. And I was focused on getting in, feeding the dogs, petting them, and getting them carrots. Someone had said on the phone, do you think the dogs, so they're big dogs, would have bit anybody if they saw anyone hurting Teresa. And what about swabbing the dog's mouth for DNA? So I mentioned that to Mark. He thought it was good. And then when he was asking someone today, I don't know if that was a possibility or not.
Yeah,
Because when you all got there, what were the dogs doing?
that I don't know, because I didn't go to the house until later.
After they sent the dogs to the...
Yeah, they were actually bringing the dogs out by the time I got there.
and they found the cat.
Yeah. What kind of car do you drive?
Well, I went in the... What did I drive over in? We have two different cars, and I might have gone one time in the convertible, which is Sebring silver convertible. And another time I might have taken the it's a Sebring 2005 convertible. And the other time I might have taken the burgundy Honda 2002 Honda Accord burgundy.
And what year is your Sebring?
I think that's 2005.
And the
Honda is a 2002. I think that's what it is.
Okay. I don't have any further questions
Did the
now.
neighbors see anybody walking around or looking?
To my knowledge, I honestly can't answer that question because I wasn't there to interview any of the neighbors. So I don't want to give you false information. But, I don't have any further questions at this time. I'll go over your interview with the lead detective. And
Is that Jamie?
yes.
No.
Yep. And if he has any follow-up questions, I'll give him your number and make sure he gives you a call.
Yeah. No, the house did not look out of the ordinary. And
Okay.
Mark and Teresa they were just, he helped her at work. He was, help with the office, stay-at-home dad. They had a very loving, they had a really kind is a good word,
Okay.
kind, loving, respectful relationship.
Okay.
They do things together when they're cooking the food. Okay.
I really appreciate your time.
Oh, you didn't have to use the handcuffs.